Guys, this is just a public service announcement. Whether you are on a public range or even a members only range where you feel that you have a little bit of ownership, if you are shooting something that is not 100% your own item, please respect the targets, respect the things that other people might be using. Don't shoot rifles at non-rifle rated steel targets. Don't shoot armor penetrating rounds at steel targets that you're going to want, or more importantly maybe, other people are going to want to be shooting at later. Not only does it ruin the targets, it also potentially creates a safety hazard, as every one of these holes is now a potential ricochet vector for guys who would be out here at this plate rack wanting to do some pistol target shooting. Basically, ladies and gentlemen, just be decent human beings. Well, hey everyone, and welcome back to Tactical Review. So if you will remember, back when 2020 was new and full of promise of great things, one of the most exciting pieces of news was the fact that Wolf was going to be releasing affordable steel-cased range ammunition for the 300 AAC Blackout. Now, being the owner of an AAC Blackout pistol, this was super exciting for me because I haven't always been able to either A, afford, or B, find the ammunition to get to the range and practice with my 300 the way I would like to. So back in February, before 2020 just fell on its head, the first shipment of Wolf 300 Blackout came into the country and sold out literally within minutes. So unfortunately, I wasn't able to get any of that shipment, but what I was able to do is confirm that Wolf was selling this, or probably more accurately, stateside vendors were selling this at a commiserate price to the other steel case intermediate cartridges, namely the 223 and the 7.62 by 39. The 300 ammunition was only a few cents a round more than what the existing cartridges were going for. So I put my name on the list to get notified when more of it came in, and then 2020 happened, and it was probably 4 months before I got that notification, and unfortunately the cost had gone up, but I was able to get 500 rounds of 300 Blackout at something in the low 30 cents per round. None of this is necessarily relevant to you because A, I don't think a third shipment of the Wolf steel case has come in yet, and B, ammo prices in August of 2020 are a crapshoot. I've talked about that on live streams, I've talked about that on other videos. Well, we won't rehash that here. What I do want to do though is, since I have some of this Wolf 300 Blackout, I would like to take a look at standard deviation from rated muzzle velocity and accuracy compared to the LAX ammunition that I have primarily been shooting, and some Federal American Eagle 300 Blackout that I picked up back before Walmart stopped selling short barrel rifle ammunition. Now I do have a cheat sheet here, and I have what the rated muzzle velocities of these three different rounds are, and I want to remind you that my particular 300 Blackout pistol is only a 7.5 inch barrel, so we will not be seeing these muzzle velocities, as those are typically rated out of a 16 inch barrel, but what we are interested in is how close in velocity the 6 rounds I will send over the chrono from each brand are, and then we would be doing 5-shot groups The reason I'm firing 6 and grouping 5 is because I've learned from smarter men than me, and namely in this case, Mr. Guns and Gear has pointed out that when you change ammunition brands, the first round through your rifling with the slightly different jacket compositions and whatnot tend to be your flyer ammunition wise. I do also want to remind everybody that I am the widest variable in this equation. Any of this accuracy is very, very likely going to be more likely than the loose nut on the trigger. So I want you to keep that in mind. And as you can see from the background, I am only in the 25-yard range today. That's not completely outside of what I would be most interested in, given the fact that I do have this particular pistol zeroed at 30 yards, and its primary role is as a PDW. That said, I'm not doing this as the limitation of the 300 Blackout cartridge or anything like that. The other thing is that it's a beautiful day. You can see that, I think. And so as such, I am far from the only person here at the range, and the 25-yard shelter is what was open and available for me to use. So here we are. Anyway, on to the numbers. For those of you interested, the Federal American Eagle is a 150 grain pill rated at a muzzle velocity of 1900 feet per second. The LAX Ammunition is a 147 grain pill rated at 1775 feet per second. And the Wolf is a 145 grain 308 pill rated to travel at 1985 feet per second. So again, I would expect to see roughly 80 to 85% of those velocities due to a whole lot of chemistry and physics that go into barrel lengths, and once again, 7.5 inch barrel. I have the chrono set up roughly 10 feet downrange, so we're getting all but muzzle velocity. And unfortunately, I've only got the 2 cameras, so we will have to flash to downrange after each series. So, enough talking. Let's get some stuff rearranged and get some ears on and start getting some data. All right, up first we have the Federal American Eagle. We're shooting from the high score black rifle rest to try to take as much of the shooter out of the equation as possible. Still no promises. Nothing to it but to do it. Looks like I got some velocity readings off of those. You saw those on the screen. And we will go down and see what we can see about the accuracy of this. This might be the best group and the closest point of aim and point of impact we have had, or I have personally had, definitely on camera. So I was aiming at this number 9, and as you can see, there's my group. So this was the 150 grain American Eagle. And with some movie magic and stuff, I'll actually, kind of have actual numbers up here for you when you guys watch this. All right, I'm going to shift my point of aim up, and we will do our next group of 5. And yes, you don't have to jump in the comments and tell me. I understand it's 25-yard range and I am shooting a rifle platform pistol. Don't go writing home about that group that will probably measure out to something stupid like 4 MOA. I get that. Is what it is. I'm glad that it was one hole. That's all I'm saying. All right, next up we have the 147 grain LAX Ammo. And I see a chrono error. You guys already know whether or not we got enough chrono readings to actually get any usable data. There, you see that's why I was happy about one hole. Yes, I rushed that last series of 5. This is the end result. It's still bad for the bad guy, but I don't think it's at all indicative of what LAX ammunition is capable of. Please do not ever use what you see on Tactical Review as an indication of overall accuracy unless I'm not able to group even on paper. So once again, yeah, dead bad guy, even at 100 yards, dead bad guy, just not, you know, necessarily if we switch it into hunting parlance, maybe not necessarily an ethical kill. All right, maybe I slow this one down and take good shots. Maybe yes, maybe no. All right, and now the star of the day, the 145 grain Wolf 300 Blackout steel cased ammunition. Let's head down there and see what we got, huh? Well, that's a little bit better. I did favor right, but I mean, it's better than what I did there. And again, I'm going to attribute that to shooter error, not necessarily ammunition error. All right, guys, so I've only put 6 rounds downrange. I'm not going to sit out here today and shoot up all 500 rounds I was able to get because A, I can't get any more right now, and B, it's just cost prohibitive. So based on the track record I've seen out of Wolf ammunition and the other platforms that I shoot it from, not exclusively but very heavily, I don't see any reason to believe that their quality assurance will be that much different on their 300 Blackout to make it untrustworthy. So I'm happy that it's finally coming in country. When it becomes more readily available, I'm definitely going to make it part of my regular ammo rotation, and hopefully once supplies start stabilizing, I'll be in a position to actually train with one of the firearms that I have tapped for the home defense rotation. Well guys, if you appreciate what you saw here today, obviously one big help to the channel is go ahead and give the video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you ring that notification bell so that you see when I upload new content. If you'd like to go further than that and help the channel financially, one way you can do that is by going to the merchandise store and picking yourself up some merchandise. You get some shirts that help show the world how you feel about your right to keep and bear arms, and the channel gets a few dollars for every purchase. If you'd like to directly help the channel financially, you can do that at either Patreon or Subscribestar using the links you see on your screen or down in the video description. Guys, thanks so much for joining me out here today. Thanks for supporting the channel with all that you do, and until next time, shoot straight, stay safe.